Hi there. So, you're fascinated by the idea of studying abroad, which will give you the opportunity to not only acquire quality education, but also to travel the world, to explore new cultures, to learn new languages, to make friends from around the globe. But maybe you're confused about the whole application procedure, and you don't exactly know how to get started. Well, my name is Adil Ilyas, and I have studied in Italy, USA, and Germany, and now I'm working in Germany. For the most part of my studies, I was able to get some kind of scholarship to fund my studies. In this video, I would guide you step by step through the procedure of admission applications for study abroad. First of all, I would like to highlight why you should apply on your own. I have always applied on my own during my studies, and I will tell you the benefits of applying by yourself. And then I would like to talk about 3 points: what you should do before your applications, what you should be doing during your applications, and what needs to be done once you are done with your admission applications. So, why should you apply on your own? Well, there is nothing wrong in talking to people and getting a second opinion. It is actually good. You can even talk to study abroad consultants, but be careful. It's fine as long as they're not charging you huge sums of money. But secondly, and more importantly, you should make sure that you're not misguided in the wrong direction, because it's quite possible that there is a consultant for a specific country and then they try to convince you that this country is the best for you for your study abroad experience. The thing is that you should do your homework, do some research, and then by the end of the day, you should decide for yourself what's best for you. And that's why, if you apply on your own, you have complete control over the countries, over the type of universities you're applying to. And nowadays, everything is quite simple and straightforward. You can do everything online. Then why not just do it yourself? So, it's time for decision making. Well, for that, you have to know some things. For example, what you want to study, where you want to study it, what is your budget, and what are your goals after your studies. For example, if you want to settle down in that place after your studies, then you have to know how the job market looks like in that country. And then, if let's say it's a new language, then you have to know if you're willing to learn a foreign language, for example. Once you have made the decision, let's say you know what you want to study and where you want to study it, um, now it's time to search some study programs. Well, there are quite some ways to do it. There are some platforms, for example, some general platforms, as well as some country specific platforms where you can go and you can find the programs. And then the other approach is that you check the world rankings. So let's say you want to study in a particular country, so check the ranking for that country and then see which are good universities for your field. Well, I would say ranking doesn't matter that much as some students think. Don't always just think about ranking. It does matter, yes, but ranking is not everything. So apply to some good universities, but apply to some average universities as well. And I would say apply to 5 to 7 universities, but it's even better if you apply to 7 to 10 universities. And it's all right if you can't decide for one country. You can also apply to 2, 3 different countries. And then once you have the admission letters in front of you, you can decide where you want to go. Now that you have shortlisted your universities, now it's time to see how you can apply there. So for that, first of all, you need to know if you can just apply online or do you have to send some documents by post. And then you need to know which documents are actually required. So the most typical documents are your CV, a motivation letter or statement of purpose or personal statement stating why you want to study at that particular university, and then you have the recommendation letters, 2 to 3 recommendation letters from your professors or your employer. You have your transcripts, of course. So it's not just your transcripts, which some students actually think that yeah, they don't have a good grade in their high school or bachelor's, so they don't have good chances of getting admission. It's your overall profile. So it's your studies, your extracurricular activities, your work experience. So all in all, it's like the overall profile, the overall image, let's say, which you convey through your admission application. So, summing it up, you have shortlisted your universities. You need to see how you can apply there, either online or by post. You need to see what their deadlines are, and then you need to see what documents are required. The most typical documents I have already mentioned. There might be some additional documents from some universities. So, now that you know the universities you're going to apply to and you have the required documents, now it's time for your first application. Okay, you're done with your first application. Now it's time to move on with the other universities with other applications, but there are a few points you should keep in mind while applying. First of all, maybe you're applying one university, waiting for some time, and then applying to the next one. And by the time you're applying, let's say your 10th university, you might already have results from the first two or three universities. Then look back and see if they were successful. That means most probably you're going in the right direction, but still you can improve your documents. But if you don't get accepted in the first one or two universities, it's not a problem at all. You don't have to get disappointed. Just look at it in a positive way, that how actually you can improve your applications, improve and keep on applying. I mean, you have done already, let's say, most of the things. You were already through the whole thing already. You did all your research, you prepared your documents and everything. Now you just have to apply, because the thing is, by the end of the day, you never know when the acceptance will arrive from some university, and it will arrive. I mean, you should be optimistic about it. The thing is, just learn from those rejections, improve your documents, maybe talk to more people who are studying in those universities where you're applying, or people in general who are studying abroad. And one more point, when you're applying through post, just make sure that you're sending the registered post so it can be tracked where it is. It might be expensive than the regular post, but it's really worth it, because you're sending your documents. Maybe some of them might be original, although universities don't normally ask for originals, but they might. So you're done with your admission applications. Now I talk about the last point, some things which you should take care of once you're done with your admission applications. Well, mainly there are 2 points. First is about the visa information. So let's say you just apply to one particular country or two or three different countries, and even if you haven't got any acceptance letters yet, it's always good to go to the website or call the embassy and ask about information, ask about the documents which are required, the appointment system, for example. It's pretty possible that you might take weeks or months to really arrange an appointment. And second point is about your traveling and accommodation arrangement. I mean, traveling is easy, just get some information from people and just arrange for the ticket that you can do also, let's say, close to your travel date. But you have to take care of your accommodation well in advance. I mean, if let's say you are going to a different continent, then by the end of the day, it might be a very different system there to find accommodation compared to your home country. So for instance, you have to ask the university or visit their website. There might be some tips there how to find accommodation. Normally there are websites, these platforms where you can find accommodations in particular cities. There are Facebook groups, for example, but you need to know all this in order to really find something there. I hope I could give you an overview about the procedure of admission applications. For more information, go to the website adifiles.com, where you will find many articles about admission applications, for example, admission documents, how to write a good motivation letter, recommendation letter, etc. As well as you will find some inspiring stories of some students who have already studied abroad. If you like the video, don't forget to share it with your friends. If you have any questions, mention them in the comments below, and subscribe to Adi Files for more videos related to study abroad. Have a good day.